up, AML family? Welcome back to the channel. We are here in the middle of the struggle, Kensington. This is where addiction takes you. And today I met a very nice young lady. How you doing?
Hi.
What's your name?
Jillian. Jillian.
Jillian. Okay, nice to meet you, Jillian.
Hi.
Where are you from originally?
Boyertown.
Boyertown. Okay, yo, shout out Boyertown. We out there. How old are you?
23.
Wow, 23. You guys can see, you know, addiction affects everyone, young, old, rich, poor. Anyone can get, you know, addicted to drugs. So tell us a little bit about, take us down memory lane, Jill, and tell us a little bit about your childhood.
Well, I don't remember much of my childhood. Pretty much my parents, my mom had me till I was 5 and gave me up for custody. So my grandparents raised me. They got custody of me at 5. My parents are both addicts. But my grandparents, they basically tried to give me the world and were always there for me. Basically the only ones that, like, if I ever really came down to it, needed something, they were there. So basically I started using at 11, 12 years old, started hanging with the wrong crowd and just basically trying to fill a void that's like I couldn't really find like in myself, I guess. So I started looking in for that empty feeling and in other things such as drugs and stuff. So basically I started using 11, 12 and my mom had a brain aneurysm, so that when I was like 12, 13, so that was pretty hard on me. And but she lived and everything, so I'm not good at explaining.
It's all right, you're doing great. You know, but, take your time.
Yeah, so I started getting into harder things and hanging with a lot of older people, and CYS got involved because I overdosed at like 14 or 15 years old, and so I went to rehab at 14. I got kicked out of school, but then eventually at 16 I went to a rehab, and I actually stayed clean for 4 years until I was like 20 or 21, and I started working at a place called Task. It's I don't know if you've ever, there's probably something around here. It's basically I became a CRS, a certified recovery specialist, I think at 18, and I got people into detox and rehab, and I assessed their level of care, and that really helped me a lot because I was clean and I was seeing the other side of an addiction, and that kind of made me remember, like, look what, like, I got over that hump. So, like, working with them kind of people, I worked in the emergency room, like when people would overdose or be there for alcohol intoxication, anything. So I did that for I think about a year, and I started dating someone that was involved in the wrong things again, and I started losing like my foundation, stopped going to meetings, stopped dealing with like sober supports, and kind of like isolating, and I started doing the wrong things as I was clean. Like I was clean, but I was living dirty, and that made me start losing like everything. My friend went to jail, and like I'm codependent, so that's something I always needed to work on. And so I lost my job because of him and that whole thing with the CRS position, and so I lost a job a week before he went to jail. So then he went to jail, and a couple weeks later after he went to jail, I relapsed, and that's kind of been my whole, like I haven't been able to get it since then. And I'm 23 now, and I started like this whole run when I was about 20. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry those things happened to you, and you were doing amazing, and you can still do amazing, you know? You definitely got a good head on your shoulder, and you still seem like you got all your marbles still there. So, you know, you can. Do you think that you'll get back on the right track?
I know, the thing is, like, I know I can. I just have to kind of put my feet on the ground and do it.
Got you. Yeah, that's what everyone. So let's go back down memory lane before we go further, all right?
I'm an open book, so.
Let's go down memory lane. Okay, what are some of your favorite childhood memories you can think of?
So basically, my grandfather that raised me, he passed away like two years ago, and like I said, my grandparents raised me, so they were my rock.
Right.
You know, they were always there for me to fall on, and I had they gave me a really good childhood.
Nice.
Better than like what I would have been going through if I would have stayed with my mom.
Right.
But yeah, like we would go to like Dutch Wonderland and like just stuff like that. And you know, you always have that home in your, like, so my grandmother's still alive, and that's like my home, you know, that's my favorite place to be, my favorite memory, you know, just my home.
Got you. What about your dad? Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. He works, and he's doing okay for himself. We're in contact here.
Okay, so you stay in touch with your mom too?
Yeah, so my mom, I said she had a brain aneurysm from a cocaine overdose when I was like 13, so she was, I think, 41 when that happened, and basically, like, it was really bad. She was really bad for like about 6 months.
Yeah.
She was in the hospital. She had to have like brain surgery. The vein burst. That's what a brain aneurysm is.
Wow.
And but eventually, after like 6 months, she started coming to. But like now she's okay. She finally like lives by herself. She has her own place in Maryland, and but like she can't tell like little things like between cold and hot water, and like she'll never, because of her addiction, she'll never be the same person that I remember.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a big thing that I always struggled with.
What was the first drug you tried?
Basically like weed, and then like the people I was hanging around with, we'd do like little things like triple C's, and like cough syrup, and then it started like dust off.
Right.
That was when I was like 11, and then I shot up at I think I was like 13, and that was an Oxycontin, but that was when like you could break it down and all that stuff. But then it moved on to heroin. It was like not fentanyl, it was the
brown at
real
the time,
heroin,
right?
So it moved to that, and then I was doing like acid here and there, shrooms. I didn't start cocaine until I was about like 20, and that's kind of what I struggle with to this day.
So is that your number one drug of choice out here, cocaine?
That and fentanyl.
Fentanyl. So
but now it's like tranquilizer.
Yeah, fentanyl, right?
Xylazine.
Xylazine, for horses and stuff. That's why everybody go to sleep out here, right?
Yeah, you don't even realize you do your drug, and then all of a sudden like you don't even realize 2 minutes later you're out. So.
So currently out here you struggle with coke and fentanyl. That's the two demons you're battling?
Yeah, mostly it was always just, it was mostly always dope until I started like really heavily using cocaine. So, and I always I always mix some, so.
Right, so it's like speedball?
Yeah, and I actually, so like my one ex-boyfriend, he was really bad on meth and would go through like psychosis.
Yeah.
And I never watched him, and it like really broke my heart, you know, to see someone put their mind through that. And I actually started going through it myself with cocaine because I was using like a lot, and like I keep doing it over and over again, and that's a lot of people it happens to with cocaine and crack. You chase the high. You want to feel what you felt the first time you did it, or even like the same day, like you wake up and that first high, like in the middle of the day, you want to keep chasing that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
And you'll never catch that same high again. That's the messed up part, right? It will never be like the first time.
Right. And like the first time I started going through psychosis, it really, really scared me. I didn't know what to do with myself. I mean, he's seen it, you know, it was really bad, and I'm sure like the people that care about me, like it was really hard for him too to watch me put myself through that.
Gotcha.
You know, and like my other family, like my grandparents, I'd try to hide it from them, but
that's something that's very tough to hide, right?
Yeah.
So when they found out that you were addicted, how did they take it?
Like my grandmother will always be there for me, but like I don't ask her for money. I'm not allowed to get high in her house. If I'm hungry, I can call her and she'll give me, like, help me with food, or, you know, she's always there for that kind of stuff, but we have them boundaries.
Right, exactly.
You know, so that was I always tried to respect that with her.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So let's move forward a little bit. Let's go to high school. What type of student were you in school? We're almost done, all right? What type of student were you?
Okay, basically, so middle school I didn't do well at all. I got in trouble in 7th grade. I had weed in school, so I had to be on it was called the Youth A panel with the police or whatever. I was 11, 12 then. And then 9th grade, that's when it started getting really bad, because I was using heroin. And I got kicked out of school like at the last of the year in 9th grade. And then but they let me go back the next year with my class. But then in 10th grade, I actually got kicked out again because I was doing dust off on the tech bus. And then they found a blade and a straw in my locker. So they sent me to rehab. And so I went to rehab, and then I went to an alternative school. And that's when I got clean. So I got clean, and they let me back in 12th grade with my graduating class, so I could walk with them, and I could just kind of get like the high school experience. And so I went back, and I did really good in like 11th and 12th grade. I got honor roll. I wrote an essay for like my drug addiction, and I won money and all that stuff. So basically I did pretty well in high school at the end. So
Gotcha. Well, that's nice. So you graduated high school?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yep, I got
that's
my
good.
diploma and everything.
That's great.
So,
That's great. All right, so currently out here, you know, how much do you need to support your habit every day?
I mean, it kind of depends on the day, you know. Usually, like, I never had...
It went off? Oh, it went off? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, go ahead, repeat that.
Usually I never really had to struggle with money. I was always able to support my habit, but now it's kind of like I'm kind of like scrounging, you know, but yeah, I mean, it just kind of depends, basically.
Right. So what's your living status right now?
Well, right now, currently, like, I need to go to rehab, like, ASAP. So I'm kind of, I'm putting myself in this situation, if that makes sense. Like,
so are you homeless?
Technically, I'm making myself homeless right now.
So where do you sleep?
Last night I slept at a friend's house out here, but usually, like, I would just come out back and forth from my hometown, drive or take the bus or something, but I've been out here for a little bit, so.
How long you been out here for now?
It's only been a couple days.
Couple days?
Yeah. So it's not like a lot of people out here have been here for years and years.
Right. So how do you make money for your habit? Do you have a job?
Well, my boyfriend had a job, and then I don't want to say this on camera, but how a lot of other people do it out here, like on the blocks and stuff.
We know how it goes. Trust me. We don't judge anyone on this channel. We know it's the drugs. It's not you, right? So don't ever think we're gonna judge you. So, what's 24 hours look like for you out here?
Okay. Basically, like, during the day, just kind of walking around, trying to find a place to sit down where, like, there's a lot of, like, streets you can't sit down because it's somebody's block, or they trap there, so you'll get, like, yelled at for sitting there. And like, during the day, you can go to Prevention Point to get coffee. Some of the churches and stuff have, like, breakfast or lunch, dinner, so we try to go. We've been trying to do that, or, like, there'll be food trucks that come out, so we'll try to get food. So basically just kind of walking around.
Okay.
Just trying to find our way.
Right, I hear you. What's the worst thing that has happened to you since you've been out here, or that you have seen?
Well, the worst thing that happened to me a couple of years ago, I used to come out here by myself a lot. Like, every day I'd take the bus out here by myself, and I was staying out here and there, and I got out of my friend's truck on Westmoreland, near Westmoreland and Kensington Ave, and I had to pee really bad. So I hopped out of the truck. It was like 3, 4 in the morning, and I seen this guy, this older guy. I looked at him, he looked at me. I kept walking, and I had to pee, so I was going in between 2 cars, and I had a purse, and you know, a lot of the women out here know not to really carry a purse, and if you do, don't have anything like expensive in there, or like your phone, cigarettes, your drugs, anything. But I had to pee really bad, and I was hopping out of the truck quick, so I was peeing, and some guy, as I'm like squatting down, some guy ran up and started tugging on my purse. Everything was in there. Everything I had, my money, everything. So I'm like sitting there trying to pull it, like peeing, and this guy, then I lifted my hand to try to like punch him in the balls, because that's the like quickest thing I thought of, and I lessened my grip on my purse, and he got away with it, and I started running after him. My one boot flies off, so, and the guy dove into an apartment building that had a passcode in it, so I was stuck out here with nothing. nobody. No, the only thing I had was my phone, and it was in my pocket.
Gotcha.
But I've seen people like beat up women out here in front of everyone. Like it's not pretty out here sometimes.
Definitely not. That's why you have to get yourself out of here before it get worse.
There is a lot of good people you meet out here.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of people that aren't good.
Yeah, absolutely.
At all.
All right, so we're about to wrap up the interview, all right? Because I don't want to take up too much of your time. We're going to get off topic and then we're done, okay? What's your short-term goals?
I want a family. Like, I want kids one day.
Nice.
I have a boyfriend, you know, and I just want us to work on ourselves and get better and just be able to do the things we love and not have to put ourselves through this, because I don't think either of us like seeing each other like this.
Nah, you know? Definitely. So yeah, I know how it is, and you know, being in a relationship with another person that has an addiction is not easy. You know, hopefully he got the same habits as you. Dope.
Just the one, yeah.
The fentanyl. Are you starting to get sick?
Not yet.
All right, so we gotta hurry up and get done.
No, we're
right?
okay. We're just crying because it's just like this kind of shit's emotional.
Yeah, I know it is. Everyone suffers. You suffer, he suffer, I suffer, he suffer, kids suffer, the world suffer.
Our family.
Yeah, everyone suffers.
And like my boyfriend, he's a mechanic and like has so much potential. You know what I mean? And we're killing our potential, you know? Like there's so many big things we could do together and we're just doing nothing with ourselves, you know what I mean?
That's what drugs do to people. It takes everything that you love away from you and make you chase him. And chasing him is a nightmare because he's a full-time job. That's not easy to keep.
Right, I just wanted to say one thing, like and the biggest thing I notice when I get clean, the hardest thing for me is boredom. Basically, so when I'm using, from the moment I wake up to the minute I like go to sleep, I am focused on doing this, doing that, how I need to get this, how I need to get money, where I need to go. Like my mind is literally like I am focused all day.
Full-time job.
And then when I'm sober, I don't know what to do with myself.
That's why we have to go in and find out stuff that you love to do. Exactly. So now let's get to that question. What are some of your hobbies?
Well, I always wanted to be a geologist. I like crystals and rocks, like rocks and mineral and the earth and stuff.
Nice.
Like I always wanted to be able to go hiking, and I never let myself like do those kind of things.
Because you never been around people that was positive to push you towards those things. People you probably was around, they didn't have no interest in the stuff you had interest in. The only thing y'all had interest in was drugs. That's what y'all had in common. Take away the drugs, y'all don't have nothing in common, to be honest, right?
Right, absolutely.
So let's get to your sign. What's your zodiac sign?
Gemini.
Yo, shout out to all the Gemini. Show your sign some love.
June 16th, Tupac's birthday.
Oh, wow, okay, we hear that. You know what I mean? So when you were a little kid, what do you want to become when you grow up?
I wanted to be a chef.
Nice. You like cooking?
Yeah, no, not anymore. I took culinary and I thought it was the worst thing
You tried?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
So then it turned to a geologist.
Okay, all right.
So.
What is one thing you love most about yourself?
I think I'm funny sometimes.
Okay, you are?
I try to be like outgoing and make people laugh and just have a good time.
Nice.
So.
If you could change anything in your life, what would you change?
Hurting my grandmother.
Hurting your grandmother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure, it's her prayers that still got you going. Our grandparent prayers saved saving us out here, you know?
Yep.
What are some of your favorite foods?
Oh man, my grandma makes really good beanies and weenies, sweet potatoes,
Okay.
and the plantain. How do you say it? Plantain.
Plantains, the sweet one? You
I
like
like
the long
both of
sweet
them.
ones? Oh, I just had some last night.
Oh man, now I want some.
Them joints
And
is
ice
good.
cream.
Ooh, ice cream.
Birthday cake ice cream and strawberry cheesecake ice cream.
Yo, the devil is as busy as all the dust just went in my face.
Yeah, it was just a dust bowl.
Woo, guys, it's not easy out here. Okay, so now, if you had 3 wishes, what would your 3 wishes be?
That me and my boyfriend will be okay and get through this as easy as it can be. Number 2, that me and my grandmother have a relationship that, like, she doesn't have to worry about me, and I don't have to worry, like, about her. And my third wish, that it starts getting warmer.
So, what's your favorite season of the year?
Spring.
Why?
Because it's not too hot. It's not really usually too cold. I'm talking like good spring days.
Right.
So, and it just makes me like happy. You know, the weather. I think a lot of people could say like when it's cold and windy and like it's just not. I'm not always like feel my best, but when it's sunny and like flowers are blooming, it just makes me smile. So.
Got you.
Yep.
All right, cool. So now this one would be, if your friends and your family were supposed to see this video, what message would you like to send to them?
That it's not. Basically, I'm trying, and it's not like their fault, because I know my grandparents always blame themselves. But yeah, I'm gonna do this, and one day I'm gonna be on top. You know.
Hey, speak that into existence.
Right, manifest.
Yes, manifest that, girl.
So
you got this.
I just want to thank like everyone that's always supported me. You know, I don't know if I honestly still be here if it wasn't for my friends and family. So.
Oh, got you. So guys, don't give up on your loved ones. They need all your prayers and support. So the last question to cap things off, there are a lot of people in this world who judge people who are struggling with addiction because they cannot relate. What's your message to the world?
I mean, basically, like, if you see someone struggling, like, you don't gotta go and do everything for them, but just show them that you care. Just show them that, like, you have love for them. You know what I mean? Just send them a message and tell them you care. You know? Right. Everyone needs somebody. You know, we can't go through this life by ourselves. So
Absolutely not.
Just show the. And even people that aren't showing that they really need help, like especially in addiction, like sometimes we just need to know that somebody cares and still loves us.
Right.
As shitty as we may be, you know. Because
it's not you, it's the drugs, it's the demons. Because we all know the real you without the drugs. You are a caring person. You take care of yourself.
Right,
you like going shopping. You know.
Absolutely.
Okay, so. Jill, it was nice talking to you. Thank you so much for opening up and letting us in. And I pray your story resonate with somebody and they can learn from you. Is there anything that you're in need of that we as a community can help you with?
Just prayers. Just pray that me and my boyfriend can, get through this and can put all the bullshit aside and actually want this for ourselves, you know?
Amen.
So basically, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, AML family, thank you so much for checking out Jill's story. Until next time, remember, don't be bitter, be better.
Right.
And then we out there, AML Films. Peace out. Cool.
Quiet's driving me insane. Silence rattles in my brain. Yeah, I gotta get away. Always waiting for the fall, so I built my towers tall, wandering through these empty halls. Break the cycle now, walls are coming down. I gotta make it out. Yeah, 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 yeah. Look my fear right in the eye. I just wanna feel alive. I just wanna feel alive. I just wanna feel I gotta save me from myself. This emptiness, it hurts like hell. My good intentions let me down.